Hey guys, I'm BadMark and today I want to show you how to spawn in a lot of TNT in your Minecraft world with the help of commands. And I have two ways for that. One way is to summon a lot of TNT entities at the same spot and at the same time. This is very handy to send you off into space, as you can see right here. That was just from 3 TNT. And the other way is to create these huge towers or buildings, I don't know what you want to call them. And let's start off with the second way first. So I want to summon a bunch of TNT to my right. To do that, we need to figure out our coordinates. So as you can see, when I'm moving right, the X coordinate goes up. And if I move forward, the Z coordinate goes up as well, but it's a negative value, so it means that it actually goes down. So X is going to be positive and Z is going to be negative. So let's say I want to make a 50 by 50 square of TNT. We're using the fill command for this, and this is how you get a 50 by 50 square. Now let's say you don't want a square, you want it to be taller than that. Well, you have to modify the Y coordinate. So as far as I know, for 50 by 50 squares, you can actually go up to 12 blocks at one time. So it's going to be 50 by 50 by 12 in height. The maximum blocks you can summon at one time is 32,500. But what you can do is just teleport yourself up, in this case 13 blocks, so that is 12 plus 1, and just use the exact same command. So what I'm doing is I'm opening chat, pressing the arrow key 2 times and hitting enter, and I'm just spamming the commands to create this really tall tower. It took us about 30 seconds to create, and I didn't really count how many times we summoned the command, but I guess the tower is now 150 blocks tall or so. So that's really tall, that's 50 by 50 by 150. And the second way to summon all of TNT at the same time and in one command is to summon TNT as entities, like you can see here. So it means that the TNT is already lit. So it's gonna explode any moment. You can adjust that time, but I'm gonna cover that a little bit later. So first of all, we need to summon an area effect cloud. That's not TNT, but we're going to add a passengers tag, and inside the passengers tag we're going to add our TNT. And here you can add a lot of passengers just like that. So that is 1 TNT, that is 2, and you just keep writing ID TNT and just keep writing it again and again in this format. I'm going to provide the format on my website, as well as something that is going to help you generate many more TNT. So just the fuse, it's not very convenient because you have to modify the fuse attribute for every TNT in the list. So in this case, you can see we have 4, 3 exploded at the same time and 1 was left over. But again, I recommend my website for this because you can adjust the fuse on all of them at the same time. For example, let's go with the fuse of 50 and we're going to go with 50 TNTs. Just double click on the command that you get, copy it, and paste it in a command block. And now you get 50 TNT with the fuse of 50. Maybe it doesn't explode in the way that you think it would, but you have to keep in mind that it explodes at the same time, so that is enough to send you to space, but it's not enough to create a huge crater. And by the way, you can use this to summon a lot of TNT, like 1000, 2000, and even 3000 if you set the fuse to 0. But I'm not going to show you that in this video, I'm going to show you that in another one because it takes a really long time to process and my computer is not happy about it. But let's set this tower on fire and just observe it for a little bit. Maybe not for the full duration because again, it's taking a really long time. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. All the information in the description and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.